All right, so this next video here for today is going to be calculating the flow rate. So we're going to do two separate types of formulas here. The first one we're going to look at is calculating flow rate, which means the amount or mLs, milliliters per hour, that are given in an IV bag over a specified period of time. And then after we do a few of these, we're going to be able to calculate drug per hour. So how many milligrams of drug are being dispensed per hour. So this first board here says calculating the flow rate, which is mLs per hour. So your formula, you're going to take the total ml, which means the total size of the bag, divided by the total time in hours, and that will give you what your ml per hour is. If your time is given in minutes, you're going to use this formula. You're going to take the total milliliters over your total time in minutes equals 1 hour over 60 minutes. So then you'll cross multiply and then you will divide. But we'll do some examples of those. So I'm going to give you just a second here to go ahead and write down those formulas. All right, so let's do a few examples here. So it says a 1 liter IV bag is being infused over 4 hours. What is the flow rate in milliliters per hour? So again, we have to make sure that our bag is converted to milliliters. So that's the first thing we're going to do here. So 1 liter equals 1,000 mLs. Okay. Then we're going to plug it into our formula. So 1,000 mLs divided by 4 hours. Lost my calculator. And you should have gotten 250. So it's 250 mLs per hour. So when we run an IV bag, it is attached to a pump, and that pump is set by the nurses on how much fluid to administer into the body over an hourly period or by minutes. Okay, and that's what we're figuring out here. So we have a total size of a 1 liter bag, which is 1,000 milliliters, to be given over a total of 4 hours. So in 4 hours, this entire bag is going to be depleted. The only way to do that is if we run that bag at 250 milliliters per hour. All right, so number 2, we have a 500 ml bag. It's being administered over 6 hours. What is the flow rate in milliliters per hour? Now here we see that our bag is already listed or given in milliliters, so we don't have to make that conversion. So you're just going to plug it into your formula. 500 mLs divided by your 6 hours. And you get 83.3 milliliters per hour. So it's really important, especially as you have your quiz coming up, that you do not round it to the nearest whole number. You want to round to the nearest tenths place, okay? And all of your answers are going to be written as ml per hour for these particular problems. All right, so the next problem says 2 2-liter bags are being infused over or administered over 16 hours. What is the flow rate in milliliters per hour? So again, paying attention here, so 2 2-liter bags, so 2 times 2,000, okay? So that's a total of 4,000 milliliters, okay? So now you're going to plug in the 4,000 milliliters divided by your 16 hours. And your bag is running at 250 milliliters per hour. Okay. So we're going to do a couple where it gives you your time in minutes so you can see how that formula works. All right, so first thing, our bag is already in milliliters, okay? So we have 100 mLs over our 50 minutes equals 1 hour over 60 minutes, okay? So remember that we're going to cross multiply, okay? So 100 times 60 is 6,000. And then 50 times 1 is 50. So we're going to divide 6,000 by 50. And our bag is running at 120 mLs per hour. Okay? That makes sense because it's not quite an hour that the bag is running. It's only running for 50 minutes. We have 100 mLs. Running at 120 mLs per hour, we're going to be within that 50-minute range. Okay, so we're going to do another one. Okay, so our bag is in milliliters. Our time is in minutes. So we're going to take 50 mLs over our 30 minutes equals 1 hour over 60 minutes. Okay. So again, we're going to cross multiply. So 50 times 60 is 3,000 divided by 30. We get 100 mLs per hour. Again, that makes sense if we're running over 100 mLs in an hour. So half of that would be 50 mils, and it would be 30 minutes, because half of an hour is 30 minutes because there's 60 minutes in an hour. Okay? So the next set of problems that we're going to do is drug per hour. Okay. So it's pretty much the same concept. The only thing is that these type of problems are going to also include the size of your bag. But when you're determining how much drug per hour is being administered, you don't need to know the size of the bag. You just need to know how long that is going to be infused. Okay? So the first formula is if your total time that the IV bag is being ran is given in hours. You're going to take the total amount of drug in the bag divided by the hour, and that gives you your milligram per hour. If your time is given in minutes, it's your total drug in milligrams in the bag divided by 30 minutes over or equals 1 hour over 60 minutes. And again, this is a cross multiply here. Okay, so we're going to do a couple problems. Okay, so your first problem. A 1 liter IV bag contains 500 milligrams of drug and it is being infused over 5 hours. What is the amount of drug per hour? So again, now that is irrelevant information. What we're looking for here is the drug. So 500 milligrams divided by our 5 hours. So remember that when it says 500 milligrams of drug contains that amount, that is the total amount of drug in the entire bag. So the patient is getting 10 milligrams of drug per hour. Okay. So the next one, a 250 ml bag, contains 150 milligrams of drug. It is being infused over 2 hours. So again, the size of the bag is irrelevant. We're looking at the drug amount and the hours. So 150 milligrams divided by 2 hours. And our patient is getting 90 milligrams per hour of drug. Okay. So this one's a little bit different. Okay, look at our time, right? So 45 minutes. Doesn't matter the size. So we have 25 milligrams of drug over 45 minutes equals 1 hour over 60 minutes. Again, we're going to cross multiply. $25 times 60 is 1,500 divided by 45. And our patient is getting 33.3 milligrams of drug per hour. Okay, again, the patient would receive a total of 33.3 milligrams in an entire hour. They're getting 25 in 45 minutes. So this makes sense, okay? So the next one, 100 ml bag contains 250 milligrams of drug. It is being infused over 50 minutes. Okay, so this is irrelevant because a question is asking drug per hour. So I have 250 milligrams over my 50 minutes equals 1 hour over 60 minutes. Okay. I'm going to cross multiply here. So 250 times 60 is 15,000 divided by 50. And our patient is getting 300 milligrams per hour, okay? So again, in a total hour over 50 minutes, total hour, the patient would get 300 milligrams. They're getting 250 in 50 minutes. So running it at 300 milligrams per hour, they didn't quite get the full hour. They got 250 milligrams. That makes sense, right? All right. These are your questions for your daily assignment today. Be sure if you have any questions or you're unsure of anything, continue to watch this video a couple times. If you need to get that formula down, you can always call or email me.